Hey everyone, welcome back to the Reptile Room. Today we're going to get into a little bit of maintenance and I was gone on a little bit of a camping trip over the weekend, primitive camping, just my wife, myself, and my dogs. So no groups, nothing like that. And it was out in the middle of nowhere. It was on top of a mountain in Tennessee. It was fantastic. Primitive camping, it's fantastic. I do have some videos that are going to be coming up soon. The next two videos probably are going to be the camping, what we did and whatnot, and the next one's going to be the stuff we did find, like some tree frogs and a couple of millipedes, which were really odd and honestly pretty big. Um, I guess when we were looking them up with Google Lens and whatnot, one of them wasn't really super commonly seen or photographed anyway. We did see I witnessed three of them. She saw one of them, and we saw this other giant one. That one was black and yellow, had yellow spots, and on its back had three lines, and it was probably yay long. The all black one we saw was huge. I mean, it was probably big, all stretched out. So, um, shoot, just driving down the road, came across this turtle carapace, just the shell. A few scoots left on it. They're loose, but saw that, picked it up, was pretty sweet. So it's gonna live on the shelf here, and So those are going to be the upcoming videos, and then we're hopefully going to be getting into some more Ronnie stuff, hopefully outside and pond stuff. It's that time of year when we're going to start doing some live streams earlier in the day because it's nice outside. But you see the basilisk enclosure is still looking pretty good. We've had some plants die back, and that's pretty much what I expect anymore whenever I plant um, new enclosures and whatnot. So, it is what it is. They die back a little bit because the animals are in there and they don't have a whole lot of space to go check out and move around. When they're running over top of the vines and whatnot, they kill them back a little bit. But they should keep growing back, and I did pull some seeds off to grow some more. So we'll see. I did just do a pretty big uh, feeder insect order, so we'll have a feeding video coming up here soon too. But man, insect feeders are shipping with like a 2 week delay on them, so that's been pretty obnoxious to deal with. But luckily, um, we've been producing our own micro micro mealworms. That was the word I was looking for. Excuse me. So while we were gone on the trip, speaking of the super or micro worms, we had a couple of surprises, and like I said, I got some maintenance to get into. So I was just gonna, if you have any questions for me or whatnot, you can throw them in the comments box over here and the live stream, and I will get to them as I see them. I'm gonna work a little bit up here, but first things first, I need to let me get the new snake moved into some new bedding. She pooed and peed, so it's time to clean her up. Let me do that real quick. I've already cleaned up some of these shoe boxes and they're ready to go. I'm just gonna drop a couple of big towels in the bottom, and she is going to end up going up in this 30-gallon tank. But like I said, we just kind of got back, and I haven't really had a huge amount of time yet to keep working with them, so I'm gonna do some of it live. So this girl ate so well. She ate, and she did a very good job. Yeah, I might even soak her for a second, but yeah, I probably will. Let me grab the tub that's behind me. So, one thing I will mention that I mentioned to my wife is that you can buy all the tubs in the world and you're still not going to have enough. So that's been hilarious. I just keep running low on tubs and whatnot, which is not exactly an issue I want. So I might have to get a few more today. There's my sprayer. Just clean water and just give her a little bit of a mist down in here and let it be like a bath and a little bit of a soak. Like I said, all of this is going to be still temporary. She is going to go back in the other enclosure when it's bigger. In fact, since Caboose hasn't laid eggs, I was even thinking about doing a little bit of a rescape in there with Caboose and putting Jane, moving Jane back in there. I don't know why I picked her up. It's like I'm going to go somewhere with her. And put Jane back in with Caboose. I doubt there will be any breeding activity. At least I don't really want any breeding activity to happen for the rest of the year. So this is ready to go for that little monster. Over here, what I've been doing is just trying to sort out some more of the dubias. I have another 1,000 of the smaller ones, but I am running low, and I was hoping that, you know, the shipping stuff would start to get a little bit easier, but it just hasn't been. So, you know, my dubia roach colonies haven't exactly bolstered themselves up yet. So hopefully that'll happen. But I know we've got plenty of the. Oh yeah, speaking of, let's take a look here. Let me show you the coolest thing that happened. All right. Now, I'm going to grab you off here and take you over. It's a little hard for me to see if I'm in focus, but you'll just have to bear with me on it. You see those little geckos? You see those little geckos in there? So those hatched out over our little trip, and you see that one, this one in the corner here, has a gap in between its pattern, and this one has a spot on his little butt. I think that's pretty crazy. I did just give them a whole bunch of those. If you see the little worms running around, that's what's in there. Nothing crazy. Oh, they're doing their little scream hiss thing. Let me put those away. So yeah, hatched a couple more geckos. Pretty stoked. So that brings us up to 4. We have 4 baby geckos now. Still, what do we have? 2, 4, 6 on the shelf, and should be getting, I don't know, quite a few more, I would have to imagine. So, yeah, I mean, that's been pretty cool. Pretty stoked about the baby geckos. Um, there's just a lot of maintenance to do in here, and it is hot in here already. It's probably, what is the room temperature? Yeah, we're sitting right at about 78 degrees throughout the whole room. And me being in here doesn't help, but the basilisks are doing really well. I might have to get even a different little pump. I know you just saw the video. I think you guys really liked it. I hope my little arty, you know, shots weren't too crazy and whatnot, but or too boring. Hopefully you didn't mind that because I'm gonna do a little bit more. But when I came back, this little filter pump that I had on there wasn't pumping. I mean, it was pumping, but there was stuff stuck in the impeller. So I don't know, might have to swap that out or upgrade it just to a bigger one, or even just a pump that is more pond pump so that it can pump some more crap up through it and kind of grind it up that like my pond outside. Although I'm not going to use that pump because it's like 2,500 gallons per hour or something. I wouldn't need anything like that. For Ronnie's enclosure, you know, I'm kind of at a crossroads. If I'll probably continue working on his inside enclosure, which means I won't be able to really do an outdoor enclosure yet. that's where I'm kind of heading with that. I'll work on Ronnie's enclosure here over the coming weeks. That's going to be a multi-part series here. So yeah, I mean, I'm really stoked about those baby geckos. Like super happy. Hey, Rocky Mountain, you're not late. I started early, so because it's going to be a nice day, and I've got a lot of stuff to get done, and hope most of it is going to be outside since it's finally not raining. It's been rainy here for like 2 weeks, and the grass is, I could hire a farmer and hay my backyard. So yeah, but maintenance time, we've got the little female snake down there who ate really well. She's probably ready to go back in here. I need to get. There's a lot to do. Let me just spray Brad down real quick here. Whew. So hopefully you guys will really like the videos coming up. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I try to give some camping advice. Don't do what I do. That's going to be the moral of the story. Don't do what I do, but go prepared. I forgot some basic stuff, but I don't want to spoil anything because it's going to be in the video and it was kind of hilarious. Um, Both my wife and I didn't even know until we were too far. We just kept adding to the list of, oops, we forgot to put that in the kit. But we had all of our other gear for exploring around, which was fantastic, and we did do that. All right, let me just do another. Brad is absolutely massive. And Brad is the male leopard gecko, and I got him from a coworker of mine whose name was Brad. That's how he got his name. And that thing is huge. This lizard, he's just getting so big. All right. I think everybody is having like mowing issues. My neighbor like slid his mower down his little tiny slope because it was so wet, which was just bad. um, but hopefully we can all get caught up on it. But so you had your first gecko. That's pretty cool. It is really fun. Now I'm just wondering how many more shelves I'm going to have to add to get all these geckos in. Luckily, I've talked to one of the local shops here about, if I end up having too many, I can always wholesale them off to him and they'll be able to place them in really good homes. And I know that it's a really good spot because we go there a lot. Like a lot. We go there a lot because it's our local fish store. So it's pretty cool, but they have everything. Oh man, I want to do the maintenance, but I also just like standing here and looking at everything. I mean, that's what I did on the side of a mountain, was just kind of stare off out into the mountain too. And it was hilarious because it was probably 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. There was something sniffing around our tent. Again, save it for the video, but yeah, it was a good time. I'm gonna grab my water. Well, let me just move it over here. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the little snaky out and put her back. Ooh, a scavenger hunt. Um, uh, my email is down below. Send me an email with a link or talk about it. Yeah, the tokay. You had a tokay, huh? Oh man, that's really cool. Have you been? I know you. I think you said you had been bitten by them, but yeah, those are really cool. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, let let me know about your scavenger hunt. Put your there should be my email address down there somewhere. You can email me and yeah, we'll check it out. All right. Wow. Oh, hey. So when this little girl came to us, I was told that she would not eat frozen thawed, and I just dangled one in there and she ripped it off my tongs. So, you know, I'm also pretty sure it was one of her larger meals. But she's looking good and healthy. Good and healthy. Like I said, she is going to go in this 30-gallon or potentially the TV enclosure. Whoa, I didn't see what I did there. I guess I spooked her. I thought she tried to bite my hand. I wasn't even looking. Jeez. Animals, right? That would have been hilarious. Yes, my Instagram. Actually, my Instagram tag is right there in the corner of the screen. Just follow me on there. I thought we were already following each other on Instagram, Rocky, but I guess not. Hit me up on there, yeah, for sure. We'll check out that. That sounds fun. Here, you know what? Let me get this out real quick. Hi, little one. Hi. Here, we have the plated lizard out. She is freaking awesome. You know, super cool little lizard. And skinks are definitely cool and whatnot, but like, we haven't kept any. But this is, look at how big she is, actually. All right, all right. Here, I'm gonna put her back. She's really cool. We'll have to do an update on her soon. You know what? I bet she wants a quick spray. Let me do a quick spray. Yeah, ball pythons are pretty notorious for that. One thing that I have done in the past to get mine when they were picky eaters is, um, I pretty much only, they pretty much will figure out, they're a lot smarter than people give them credit for, but they will figure out that frozen thawed is going to be, or pre-killed is going to be the only thing that is going to show up for them. Caboose probably won't even do live. Caboose is so lazy now, I just set it in there and she just crawls over to it. And if I jiggle it, she coils up. But she's down here coiled up because I just opened up this and she looks like she wants to strike at me. But she she isn't going to, but she is. She looks great. She's looking good. She needs a rescape. I might put Jane in there. Yeah, I have been bad with my Instagram lately. I'm trying to get back to at least posting one picture a day, and I know that that is even crappy of me to do at a minimum. So I'm gonna try to step it all up. I'm trying to get everything coordinated to do more of a bigger step into everything. I was trying to get some new branding and whatnot done, created across the board, and that's still coming along down the road. So it is coming. It will be coming. We just did this little trip. It took 3 days, 4 days, something like that. Memorial Day. Hope you guys had a good, safe one. Nobody got hurt. At least that was. We saw there was a news article sent to me the day we left Tennessee about a boat fire. Now that's terrifying because your boat's your safety device on the lake, and if you can't swim, you got to jump in if your boat's on fire, and that's your only lifeline, and you aren't wearing a life jacket, which so many people don't do when they're cruising around on their cigarette boats, which this one happened to be probably just pathetic maintenance and backfire, kaboom, fire, actual fire. Pay attention to the warning signs. Oh man, they'll probably come around. I would hold out hope. Keep messing with them. I bet you can get your. There isn't a ball python I've met yet that I couldn't get to go on frozen thaw. Remember my story about Jane was kind of a pain where he only ate gerbils for a little bit, and then I just kind of had to get him back on the. I can't go. That was $15 a week. $15 a week for him. It should be $15 a week to feed three of my snakes, which is great. So I'll have to do a video on how much it is a week for food on average. Now that I don't buy food every week for all of them, I either produce some or order in bulk, uh, which is always entertaining because my FedEx guy now sees all. It always says like caution, live animal, or this side up, live animal, non-venomous reptile, or and he's asked me some questions that it would be freaking hilarious to see, to get his reaction one time when I just like open up one of those boxes in front of him and it's just a pile of snakes or something. I don't know, that would be pretty entertaining. But yeah. Oh, well, let me miss these little ladies here. Oh, they're screaming at me. Now, all the little baby geckos, I'm probably, since I don't know, I'm torn. I'm torn. How many leopard geckos is too many leopard geckos? Is there such a thing? Oh, man. Yeah, and I guess you're always going to have the one snake that's always going to be. Jane, I still consider to be my problem because he was most recently the common problem. Um, So, you will probably, when you're keeping quantities of animals, you do tend to have some issues. You will inevitably have escapes. You will inevitably have animals pass away. You will have, the more animals you keep, the more often it occurs as well. Just something that I think Brian has mentioned in the past videos. Um, we did have a snake that passed away. That was Luna. That's why you haven't seen any videos of her. So that was unfortunate. And what I want to do is I really want to get some domestic beetle larvae, and I want to, get her skeleton cleaned. But again, getting deliveries of these insects is kind of a pain because it's a couple of weeks out. It's always a couple of weeks out. It's really difficult for me to plan and get that stuff going when it's like used to be able to order Tuesday and you would have them Thursday, or you could Monday and Wednesday. Now it's like you order Monday and heck, 2 weeks later you get a notification, ding, here's your stuff. It's like, oh crap, I totally even forgot. So I've got to get sorted out in that. Just probably find some more tubs. It's always tubs that I'm running out of now, so it's just annoying. But I like how Basil's just chilling over here. A little difficult to see, but there's the dude. He's over there chilling here. That can light him up a little bit better. He's such a good lizard. We will be working with him a little bit more often, trying to get him out, maybe handle him a little bit, but That would all be in here. Whew. It is toasty in here, which is awesome, but... Oh, hey, Rocky Mountain, I got a question for you. My curio cabinet build that I did, do you think stick bug or the leaf bugs would be good fits in there? Let me know what you think on that. It was an idea I had recently, and I thought, hey, why don't I ask an insect person? We'll just show you around the room real quick here. So there's the leopard gecko enclosure. Is still looking really good. No more escapes, so that's awesome. Right here, you got Caboose in there. Caboose is chilling. She might be coiled up. And there she is. She is hungry. I know she is. I know that's what she wants, but, you know, I gotta get a little bit built up too. So, and then here's Jane, the yellow snake. Here, maybe this will look a little bit nicer for... Oops. There we go. Still looks okay in there, but we do have this hyacinth vine is dying back a little bit. The pond's a little bit murkier, but you know, turtles are disgusting. So there is that. But let me put you back on the tripod here. Stiff Steve, man. Turn my light back on so you can see me. And then I'll... Oh, shoot. Well, it looks like my camera battery died, so I might have to call it there, guys. Thanks for watching this week. Rocky, I'll get with you on Instagram, okay? All right. Catch you guys later.